What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming back to the channel. Today we're going to do a real quick down and dirty how to zero your AK's iron sights. I apologize for the noise. There's a guy pressure washing his driveway and he has not stopped all day. First things first, you need a AK sighting tool. This is just one made by Tapco. Tapco's not a thing anymore, so get these while you can. These aren't the best, but they work fine enough. There are also Chinese AK sighting tools that are much bigger, they're more robust, and they work for combo blocks as well. So for you guys with Dracos and like CR versions of arsenals that have combo blocks, probably gonna need one of those. And just so you guys know, this portion here is for your front sight post to adjust up and down. It screws your front sight post down and loosens it for elevation changes. The C-clamp portion here is used to move your front sight post to the left or to the right based on your windage. So when adjusting elevation, the top portion here, you see your little front sight post down in there. If you look closely, there's a couple of flats on it that correspond. See there? Now I'm actually locked onto it and I'm able to loosen or tighten. So that's what that guy's for. If you're trying to adjust to the left, put the hole on the left. To the right, put the hole on the right. So let's assume we want to adjust our sight over to the right. My right. Side with the hole. Just like that. The hole is basically just giving the drum a place to go when you're shoving it over so it doesn't just smack into something. And if you want to, come back this way, flip this apparatus over, start tightening, and it kicks the drum the other way. Now guys, before we go to the range, just remember, wherever your AK's hitting, if you're trying to pull your shots to the left, push your sight to the right. If you're trying to pull those shots to the right, push your front sight post to the left. If you're hitting high and you want to pull your shots down, then loosen your front sight post. In other words, bring that front sight post up, that will pull your shots down, and vice versa. If you're hitting really low and you're trying to bring the shots up, tighten your sight down, your shots will start to trend up. So that should be all the information you need. Let's get over to the range and zero this thing, and I'll also teach you my philosophy of why I zero my guns at 25 yards, my 7.62 AKs, and the compensation I use out to 100, which has always served me really well at competitions. In my experience in America, shooting these things in many competitions, iron sights and red dots, honestly, with a 25-yard zero on 7.62 by 39, we're going to go ahead and zero to where we're hitting dead on. And what I'm going to show you at the end of all this is with a dead on hold at 25 at 100 yards, you're going to have a belt buckle hold and you're going to hit the target right in the chest, which is more than you'll ever need, especially at a competition, which is what we're getting ready for. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 shots, aiming at the dead center of the target, and then we'll adjust from there. So I'm aiming dead center. We're not going to have to make much adjustment, but here's what we're going to do. I would like to move that slightly over to the right. I'll show you how to do that with the sighting tool. So here's our sight tool. Since we're going to push it that direction, so you can see there when I push that piston, there's a hole on the other side of the tool that's going to allow that piston to scoot over. All right, so let's just go over just a little bit. All right, I think that's going to be it. So you can see that piston is now poking out a little bit more on the other side. We're still pretty centered, so let's see where we're hitting. Shot really high. Almost dead, sir. Looks like the same hole, I can't really see. I think we just put 3 in the exact same hole. Again, guy, I had that weird flyer on the start. I guess that's totally me. So you saw we took 4 shots. That was my weird flyer. 2, 3, 4. That is dead center, all touching. Totally happy with that. Now what I want to show you We know that if we aim dead on at 25 yards, you know, within 20 meters to 25 yards, that's not a big difference. So at a match, that's great because I don't want to compensate when I'm up close, you know, having to take shots on the fly. The long shots, though, when you have time to slow down and compensate, I don't mind having my compensation there. So what I mean is, out to 100 at this distance, with 7.62 by 39 with a 16-inch barrel, you're going to aim at your target's belt, and you're going to hit about 6 to 8 inches high. That's really easy to do. Plus, usually at a match when you're shooting long range, you're going to have a minute to slow down and really think about that. Up close, I don't want to think about it. I want to put sights on and hit where I'm aiming. So now we'll go long range, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So now I'm going to aim at the very base of the target, basically on that 2x4 that it's stapled to see if we can get some rounds on target. Alright, now we're going to move over to steel. You can see the steel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm going to hold dead on the steel. We're going to see where that hits. See, we missed it because we're not aiming low. So now let's do a belt buckle hold, bring my crosshairs right down to the base. Direct hit. Still aiming at the base of the target, belt buckle. 3 for 3. So the first 3 shots were holding dead center. Those might have gone too high to even hit the paper. The last 3 shots were base of the target. Hopefully, we'll see 3 shots close to the center. Let's go check it out. This is a zeroing video, but it is kind of cool to see how accurate that AK is. Keep in mind, that's a Romanian kit build on an American barrel. I don't know the twist rate. 16 inches, 7.62 by 39. So here we are at 100. Remember I said when I was aiming dead center, it looked like the rounds were going over. So aiming dead center, I've got a hit here and a hit here. That's not me. So I probably hit, you know, somewhere up in here. So the next 3 shots, we did a belt buckle hold. And look at that tight group. I would love to measure that right now. What does that look like to you?
That's about 2 inches.
2 inches?
Yeah.
Iron sight, Romanian AK, American barrel, well built. That's a tight group for 100. It looks like I could move that front sight post to the left a little bit more, which would bring that over. But man, I don't even want to touch that. So that just goes to show you guys, 25 yard zero with a 7.62 AK with a belt buckle hold at 100, you'll hit the dude in the chest every time, which is honestly what the Russians teach too. They use like 20 meters. It's close enough. Belt buckle hold at 100. When you have time to compensate, I'd rather do it at long range. Up close, when I'm moving fast, I want to aim, point of aim, hit where I'm aiming. Point of aim, point of impact. Very happy with that. That's a tight group. Hopefully I answered all of your questions on how to zero your AK iron sights. There's really nothing to it, but I understand it's still kind of taboo to some of you guys. A lot of you guys are picking up AKs for the first time, and you have a thirst for knowledge right now. So hopefully that answers your questions. I understand we had a couple issues with the camera zooming in and out during our long range test, but forgive us. We're working with cell phones half the time, and it is what it is. But anyway, guys, leave us a comment down below if you enjoyed this video and give us other ideas. I'm willing to help out in any way possible for you guys that might be struggling with this very simple platform that seems to be very complex to some. Yeah, so leave us a comment, leave us a like, subscribe while you're here. Why not? Go find us on Instagram and Facebook. Those links are down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.